Hello, I'm Maura Carley, founder and president of Healthcare Navigation, and today we're going to talk about another tough subject, healthcare coverage and death of a spouse. Not that many of our topics are easy, but we've dealt with a good number of tragic situations with healthcare coverage and death of a spouse. We have seen beautiful letters of condolence written by executives at large companies to a new widow with, the line at the end, and just please note, you're not eligible for group coverage after the end of the month and you will be getting a COBRA election notice. And, that is the reality of it, at least if someone's passing is anticipated, you have more time to deal with it. But it is another one of these qualifying events that can be very, very difficult. Another situation we've seen is when there is a small group and the principal of the business is insured but has only one employee, and that's a legitimate small group. But when that principal passes away, that's not considered a small group in today's insurance world anymore. So that would force there would not even be a COBRA opportunity in that instance. Any surviving dependents and the employee in transition would be going to the individual market. What else have we seen? We've seen people working beyond age 65 and be diagnosed with terminal illness with very short expected life expectancy. And remember, as we've advised before, when you're 65 or over and Medicare eligible, you should not take COBRA. In that situation, our overriding objective was to get the wife onto Medicare Part B. And even though it was pre-pandemic, we had some issues with that Social Security office. So again, there's so much going on when a family is dealing with death of a spouse, but you've got to add healthcare coverage issues to the list. And as always, you need to know what category you're in. If you're a couple, both on original Medicare with your own supplement and your own Part D plans, then death of a spouse will not affect you. But if you happen to have retiree medical through a spouse's former employer, then you need to know, am I eligible for survivor benefits? And if so, what are they? So there are many issues to deal with when a spouse passes away, especially suddenly. So we only raise this to make you aware that, like any other situation, you do not want a gap in coverage. So as you get older or you have a younger spouse who is ill, this is something you need to be thinking about. I'm sorry for such a depressing topic, but it is so very important. And of course, death of a spouse is a qualifying event for those who are dependents, and so you would have options if you're under age 65 for COBRA and the individual market, but just be aware that employers are more apt to not keep dependents on for very long after the death of a spouse. We've seen some extreme exceptions. I mean, we've seen a widow who became a widow in her 30s be taken care of by a large organization for decades. But most companies are very concerned about precedent setting and so on, and the harsh reality that they don't have an obligation any longer beyond offering COBRA to those who are eligible. So again, please add this to your list of things to think about as you get older or your spouse is in poor health. And even if you're not in one of those categories, just be aware. Thank you very much for listening to this sort of sad topic. Again, send us your questions and your inquiries, and we'll keep these information sessions rolling. Thank you for listening. Take good care. Bye-bye.